Rama Rama. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Sitaram Jaya Sitaram, 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 Sitaram 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 Sitaram. Jai Sitaram 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 Lakshmana Hanuman. Jai Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram, Jai Krishna Balaram. Jayo Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Jayo Nitai Gaurango. Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Jai. Jayo Prahlāda Narasimha, Prahlāda Narasimha, Prahlāda Narasimha, Jayo Sudarshana. Narasimha, Prahlāda Narasimha, Prahlāda Narasimha, Jai. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Srila Prabhupada. Jai Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajagacharya Ashtottar Shat Shri Śrīmad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvind Bhakti Vedant Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramhansa Nitya Leela Pravishta His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Ki Jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind Ki Jai. नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय. मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय. नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय. जगन्नाथपुरी क्षेत्र की जय. अयोध्या धाम की जय. गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय. वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की जय. श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय. श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय. श्री श्री निताय गौरांग की जय. श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव की जय. श्री श्री सुदर्शन भगवान की जय. हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय. समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Shri Deepavali Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye. Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 7th Canto, 10th chapter, verse number 12. Katha Madhiya Jushamanaha Priyas Tvam. Katha Madhiya Jushamana Priyastvam. Aveshya Mam Atmani Santam Ekam. Aveshya Mam Atmani Santam Ekam. सर्वेषु भूतेषु अधियज्ञम् ईशं सर्वेषु भूतेष्वधियज्ञमीशम् यजस्व योगेन च कर्म हिन्वन् यजस्व योगेन च कर्म हिन्वन् कथामदीया जुषमाणः प्रियास्त्वम् आवेश्य मामात्मनि सन्तमेकम् सर्वेषु भूतेषु अधियज्ञमीशम् यजस्व योगेन च कर्म हिन्वन् कथामदीया जुषमाणः प्रियास्त्वम् आवेश्य मामात्मनि सन्तमेकम् सर्वेषु भूतेष्वधियज्ञमीशम् यजस्व योगेन च कर्म हिन्वन् कथामदीया जुषमाणः प्रियास्त्वम् आवेश्य मामात्मनि सन्तमेकम् सर्वेषु भूतेष्वधियज्ञमीशम् यजस्व योगेन च कर्म हिन्वन् कथामदीया जुषमाणः प्रियास्त्वम् आवेश्य मामात्मनि सन्तमेकम् सर्वेषु भूतेष्वधियज्ञमीशम् यजस्व योगेन च कर्म हिन्वन् कथाः messages or instructions madiyah given by me jushamanaha always hearing or contemplating priyah extremely pleasing tvam yourself aveshya being fully absorbed in mam me atmani within the core of your heart santam existing ekam one the same supreme soul sarveshu in all bhuteshu living entities adhiyajnam the enjoyer of all ritualistic ceremonies Isham, the Supreme Lord, Yajasva, worship, Yogena, by Bhakti Yoga, devotional service, Cha, also, Karma, fruitive activities, Hinvan, giving up. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. It does not matter that you are in the material world. You should always, continuously hear the instructions and messages given by me, and always be absorbed in thought of me, for I am the super soul existing in the core of everyone's heart. Therefore, give up fruitive activities and worship me. Please repeat. It does not matter that you are in the material world. You should always, continuously hear the instructions and messages given by me, and always be absorbed in thought of me. For I am the super soul existing in the core of everyone's heart. Therefore, give up fruitive activities and worship me. Purport. When a devotee becomes materially very opulent, one should not think that he is enjoying the results of his fruitive activities. A devotee in this material world uses all material opulences for the service of the Lord because he is planning how to serve the Lord with these opulences, as advised by the Lord himself. Whatever material opulence is within his possession, he engages to expand the glories and service of the Lord. A devotee never performs any fruitive or ritualistic ceremony to enjoy the results of such karma. Rather, a devotee knows that karma kand is meant for the less intelligent man. Narottam Das Thakur says in his Prema Bhakti Chandrika, Karma kanda jnana kanda kevala vishera bhanda. Both karma kanda and jnana kanda fruitive activities and speculation about the Lord are like the pots of poison. One who is attracted to karma kanda and jnana kanda spoils his existence as a human being. Therefore, a devotee is never interested in karma kand or jnana kand, but is simply interested in favorable service to the Lord, anukulyena krishnanushilanam, or cultivation of spiritual activities in devotional service. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmaya Shri Gurave Namaha. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Usually when we are in confusion, we approach spiritual master. And whatever spiritual master says, that should be taken as one's life and soul. Instruction, one should try to follow it with all one's might. So once a disciple approached Srila Prabhupada, so Prabhupada, can we do this? So he was very submissive, willing to take the right direction. And then Prabhupada told, yes, you can do. And then he again asked Prabhupada, so Prabhupada, can we do that? So Prabhupada told, yes, you can do. So he got confused. I am supposed to do this or that. Prabhupada is telling, yes, you can do this, you can do that also. And then he told, no, Prabhupada, you please tell me what is right. What do you want me to do? So then Prabhupada told, yes, you should not do what you want to do, you should do, yes, what I want you to do. So in this manner we see here, Lord Narsingh Dev is offering everything to Prahlāda Mahārāja. Lord Narsingh Dev is offering whatever benedictions Prahlāda Mahārāja wants. But then finally Prahlāda Mahārāja, he rejects, and of course that is for setting an example. Now here Lord Narsingh Dev is telling what he actually wants from Prahlāda Mahārāja. So thus Lord is there as Super Soul, and he is Upadrishta and Anumanta. He is observing our activities and he sanctions whatever we desire. Ye yathamam prapadyante tans tathaiva vijamiham. To the degree we surrender, in that degree he reciprocates. Whatever relationship we want with Lord, we want to Engage in the service of Lord as a servant, like Lord Hanuman did. Lord will accept. Ye yathamam prapadyante. The way you want to engage with me in my service, I will reciprocate. You want to engage with me as my friend, that is also okay. Lord will accept. Or you have any material desires, that also Lord will accept. Whatever we want, Lord will sanction. So whatever we want in this world, Lord is going to give it to us. But intelligent person depends on the Lord, and then he asks the Lord, what is best for me? So that instruction is being given here. So this is very important verse. Lord Narsingdev finally is telling Prahlāda Mahārāja, yes, I gave you all the options to ask. Now please listen, what do I want from you? You stay back in the material world and live for a long period of time. And what is the period he is expected to live for? Yes, the entire age of Manu. So many yugas he is supposed to rule. So one may think that, oh, this is injustice. Prahlāda Mahārāja, such a pure devotee, tolerated so much for the Lord. And Lord is putting him in the material world only. He's not taking him back. But no, here it is telling. It is being told. It does not matter that you are in the material world. So for pure devotee, it does not matter at all. And this is a very important concept which only we can understand in the disciplic succession of Lord Chaitanya. Otherwise, it is not possible to understand this point. So it does not matter that you are in the material world. It does not matter. Like yesterday, somebody asked a very nice question that Lord Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Dhiras tatrana muhyati dehi nasmin yatha dehe. So a person who is sober, he is not disturbed by the change of bodies, which is called death. So if one is not disturbed, Mataji asked, by the change of bodies, why we are telling we should go back to Godhead? We should not be, if there is any disturbance, we should be willing to go back to Godhead. If there is no disturbance, why should be there desire to go back to Godhead? So yes, that is fact. Dhiras tatrana muhyati. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. So actually there is no difference between material world and spiritual world for a pure devotee. This is very important to be understood. That is why not just Prahlāda Mahārāja, Lord Hanuman also got left behind. Everyone went, it is told. When Lord Ramchandra went back, all the Ayodhya Vasis, they went there and they left their bodies. But as we understand, among the exalted devotees of Lord Ramchandra, Lord Hanuman is most famous. And Lord Hanuman, why he was not taken back? He stayed back here. So thus this instruction is very important, that a pure devotee, it does not matter. He is always in the spiritual world. There is no question of, so this concept is very important. There is no question of changing anything. We simply need to change our consciousness. If we change our consciousness, then wherever we are, that place is actually spiritual world. That is why we struggle very much. And devotees, they aspire, they try, how can I go to a suitable place to practice my Krishna consciousness, to keep myself? And so many arrangements they plan. But actually no arrangement is required, as it was shared in the morning quote yesterday. What was the quote? Prabhupada's morning quote. One can feel the presence of Lord by engaging oneself intensely in the service of the Lord. By intense engagement in the service, one can feel the presence of the Lord. Presence of Lord is felt only in the spiritual world, not in the material atmosphere. So by intense devotional service, one can feel, that is what we discussed in the previous verse also, akama sarva kamova moksha kama udaridhi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusha param. So if you want to live in the spiritual world, the secret is engaging in intense devotional service of the Lord. By that, one feels the presence of the Lord. So that is why it is told here. Prahlāda Mahārāja was told to stay back. Lord Hanuman also stayed back. Because it does not matter. These words are very important. It does not matter that you are in the material world. And for that matter, the same thing applies. It does not matter that you are in Vrindavan Dham. Many Mayavadis also will find in Vrindavan Dham. Rather, most of them are Mayavadis only. Devotees are very rare to find in the Dham also now these days. So we will remain a non-devotee, or we will remain a fruity worker, karmi or vikarmi, even while living in Dham, and we will be disturbed, even living in Dham. So it does not matter whether one is living there, but if consciousness is not proper, one will be disturbed even in Dham. So that is why when the disciples, as we have discussed many times over, so this is very, very relevant to this subject matter. So it does not matter wherever you are. If we are engaging in intense service of Krishna, then we feel presence of Krishna. And what is that service? So Lord Narsingh Dev is telling, Katha Madiya Jushmana Priyastvam. Katha Madiya means you should always, continuously. So Jushamana means always or continuously. So it is not that we have to hear with a timer that only these many minutes I have to do. No, the principle is continuously or always nityam. Kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha satatam kirtayanto mam. So thus always this word is used. Satatam or ananyaha, without any deviation, every second. Satatam means constantly. Jushamana, you should always continuously hear the instructions and messages given by me. So if we don't hear, then we are again in the material atmosphere. So we should practice that always we are hearing. So now earlier this possibility was not there. How can always hear Krishna Katha? But now it is possible. We have wonderful devices with us. Technology is there to enable this facility. That is why this Kali Yuga is worshipable. Such arrangement is there that we can practically apply these principles. Always we can be hearing and we can be contemplating. So Shravanam should not happen, or the contemplation Smaranam should not happen for limited portion of time. Rather, it should be continuous activity. So always Prabhupada is using this word continuous, constant, and this is very important thing to be done. Thus Prabhupada tells, think of nothing else, nobody else but Krishna continuously. This should be our practice. Our day should be planned in such a manner that always 24 hours we should keep ourselves constantly in touch with Krishna. Here, what you should hear, the instructions and messages given by me. And always be absorbed in thought of me. Aveshya mam atmani santamekam. So one should hear, one should think about instructions of Krishna, and aveshya mam, one should be completely absorbed in thoughts of the Supreme Lord also. For I am the super soul existing in the core of everyone's heart. Therefore, give up fruitive activities and worship me. So there are various activities which are recommended in the Vedas. Because people have different desires. To fulfill those desires, we should not follow our whims. That let me do this way and this way I'll be happy. No. Krishna has told you want this, then you follow this. You want any kind of material happiness, there is a portion in the Vedas which is called Karma Kanda portion, fruitive activities, you execute that. You want liberation, then you execute Jnana Kanda portion. You cannot attain liberation just like that. So we have to follow Vedas in all respects. But we have to understand what Lord is telling us to follow. So many times it is a misunderstanding that it is told we are supposed to follow our duties very nicely, our karma very nicely. But what is mentioned here in the last line? Yajasva yogena chakarma hinvan. Take to the process of yoga, bhakti yoga, aveshya mam, remain absorbed in thoughts of me, hear my katha always, my instructions always, jushmana madiya priyastvam, katha madiya. And apart from hearing Krishna katha, always thinking of Krishna, one has to give up karma, one has to give up fruitive activities, all one's duties which a person does. So nowadays people don't bother about duty also. They think, let me just work and enjoy. So a person cannot enjoy like this, only suffering comes. If you want to enjoy, then there is some duty also. That is called karma kanda portion. Otherwise, we are not karmi, we are actually vikarmi. Without following duty, we want to enjoy, then that such a person is thief. You do the duties nicely, and then yes, you can enjoy material benefits if you want. But here Krishna is telling, give up those duties also. Karma hinvan. So this is the topmost instruction which Lord Krishna is telling. Thus when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu So this is further elaborated by example of Lord Chaitanya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was touring South India, so he came across the very famous Udupi temple. Udupi is very close to the birthplace of Madhvacharya, and Udupi was and is also the main center of the followers of Sripad Madhvacharya. And although we also come from the Madhva Sampradaya, but the philosophy which Lord Chaitanya gave is further development of what Sripad Madhvacharya preached. And thus it differs a little. Differs in the sense it is further elaboration, the conclusion. So the followers of Madhvacharya, they are very, very strong in logic. They are called Tattvavadi. Tattva means truth. So they are very expert in knowing absolute truth. So that is why the name is called Tattvavadi. And they are very expert in defeating the Mayavadis or the impersonalists. And because of this defeating Mayavadis, they became little proud. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then went there and he wanted to cut down the pride of the devotees and also give the very important instruction for which he descended here. So when he went to Udupi, in Udupi is the Krishna deity, which is very old, coming from the time of Lord Krishna. It is told Mother Satyabhama was worshipping, and this deity eventually was found by actually two deities, Krishna and Balram. In Udupi Mat, Krishna is accepting service, and Lord Balram's temple is also very close. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there, so Tattvavadi saw him and he thought that he is a sannyasi, Mayavadi sannyasi, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted initiation from Mayavadi sannyasi. Externally, sometimes people were getting confused by his appearance that he also appears to be a Mayavadi sannyasi. And thus they did not approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Their principle is don't talk to impersonalist. So the devotees don't talk at all. So actually this is very important principle. As it is told, Narottam Das Thakur is telling, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Kevala, Visher Bhanda. These are pots of poison. How one is very much cautious of the pot of poison. If I touch even a drop, I will die. Similarly, one should be very, very careful not to indulge in Karma Kanda or Jnana Kanda activities. So thus Tattvavadis, they would not even see the face unless it is required to debate with them to establish the conclusive truth. Otherwise, they would not see their face also. So they did not engage with him, Mayavadi sannyasi. But then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the deity of Krishna in the temple and he started dancing in great ecstasy, then they understood, oh, he's a Vaishnava. So thus also, although Mayavadis would also sing bhajans, they also visit temple, but their conception, ultimate objective is to merge in the absolute truth, which is impersonal in nature. This form is temporary, it is imaginary. So although they also experience some bliss when they do bhajans and kirtans, but that is nothing compared to the ecstasy which the devotees feel. So those who are expert, they can make out. Thus they made out that, oh, he is not impersonalist, he is experiencing such profound ecstasy in that service of Krishna. And then they approached him, they spoke to him. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went and he spoke to the head of the Tattvavadis, the head of the Madhva Sampradaya, who was there. And what did he ask? He asked the most important questions which we should ask when we approach any devotee. And what is the question? Same question was asked by Sanatana Goswami to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Same question Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks here. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks, please tell me what is sadhya and sadhan. Sadhya sadhana ami na jani bhala mate. Sadhya sadhana shrestha jana amate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I do not know very well the aim of life and how to achieve it. Please tell me of the best ideal for humanity and how to attain it. So this is the only question which we are supposed to ask. What is the question? What is sadhya and sadhan? Sadhya means what is the aim of life? So thus God has created this thing for certain purpose. This should strike anybody. We see a design. What is the purpose of the design? So what is the aim of life? Why God has created everything? So Krishna has told in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Vedas it is told, you do yajnas, you satisfy the devtas, and devtas will satisfy you. Now any intelligent person should ask, less intelligent person are satisfied, okay, I should do yajna, I should worship the devtas. Let me worship Lord Shiva, ask benedictions. Let me worship Durga, Saraswati, Ganesha. Let me satisfy them and then they will satisfy me. And it is a fact. You worship them, material desires will be very quickly satisfied. It is a fact. Otherwise, why so many hordes of people are visiting the temples? They do all kinds of parts and pujas and prayers because it is a fact. Material desires are fulfilled immediately, very, very soon by worshipping the devatas. So thus, simply some blind faith cannot drive people for so long. If thousands and lakhs of people are going because they feel reciprocation, that is fact. But intelligent person will think, why this system is there? That you satisfy devatas and devatas satisfy you. Why God has created this in the first place? So what is the aim of life? What is sadhya? What is to be done here ultimately? And then how to attain that objective. That's it. But unfortunately, people do not ask such questions. So even when the people come to our classes, what is the question after the class? What is asked? Prabhu, please tell me, how do I focus on my work? How do I increase my efficiency? Now I'm able to drink only 2 drops of poison in 1 hour. How to drink a gallon of poison immediately? Please, how I want to improve my efficiency of drinking poison? So thus Prabhupada was asked. So I think a reporter asked. So if a person does his duties very, very nicely, is it necessary to worship God, to become a devotee of God, what you are preaching? He's very good man. He is doing his duties very nicely. So is it necessary to become devotee? So what did Prabhupada say? Prabhupada told it is not possible that anybody can be a good man without being a devotee of Krishna. Because if one is not a devotee of Krishna, one is not engaged in kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha, always chanting and hearing about Krishna, then what will happen? He will indulge in sense gratification, karma kand or gyan kand. He will either desire material enjoyment or he will desire liberation. And these are vishera bhanda, these are pots of poison. He'll be engaging in sense gratification. That is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur has composed very nice song. Anadi karma phale padi bhavar nav jale, tari bare na dekhi upaye. Ei vishaya hala hale divanishi hiya jwale, man kabu sukh nahi paye. Ei vishaya hala hale. What is halahal? Poison. What is vishay? Sense objects. So enjoyment of the sense objects, it is burning my heart like halahal, as if I have drunk poison. So that is the nature of enjoyment of the senses here. So if a person is not a devotee of Krishna, what he'll be doing? Sense gratification, any other activity, or liberation, very few. So sense gratification is and liberation, both are consuming poison. So either one will be drinking poison, or those who are thieves. What are thieves doing? They are stealing poison. Let me take neighbor's poison also. Let me drink that also. That is called rogues and thieves here. Criminals. We call them bad men. What is bad? Who steals somebody's money, somebody's property. So he is drinking neighbor's poison. And who is a good man? Who is donating poison to everyone. You also drink. Oh, you are not drinking? My dear son, you also drink. Why I have brought you up here? Please drink poison. Make your children also drink poison. Let us all die by drinking this poison. So he is called a good man, philanthropist, who is engaging his family members, society, nation, and the whole world in sense gratification. So thus, where is the question of goodness, Prabhupada tells? So it is not possible to be good if one is not a devotee of Krishna, because he'll be doing or engaging others in sense gratification, thinking that this is very good activity. But actually, we are all killing each other. We are killing our family members by teaching them sense gratification. Is it not a fact? Yes, that is fact. We are telling you, please fulfill your desires. You want to fulfill material desires means more material births, more deaths, and unlimited miseries. And when you enjoy the senses, they are very, very sweet. But actually, it is hala hale, it is sweet poison. Definitely on tongue, it will be very, very pleasant. But it goes inside, it will cause tremendous burning of the heart and death. That is what the sense objects do. That is why outside, where people are just trying to enjoy, what is the ultimate result? They're suffering like anything. So one devotee who joined the temple, he was sharing with me a couple of days ago. Just recently he has joined, few months ago. He was feeling little disturbed. And then he told Prabhu, after joining also I am feeling disturbance. I thought after joining everything would be very blissful. But then he happened to visit outside. Usually he was doing some internal services for a long time. Then he went outside on preaching. And he happened to listen to some people outside. In one day, he became blissful. Prabhu, I am so happy. I could understand what is the situation of people outside, how much they are suffering. So, thus, happiness or suffering is relative in this world. So, we do not know how much the people who are trying to enjoy this material world are suffering. There is no end to their suffering. Thus, Madhu Pandit Prabhu told, what is your difficulty? Your difficulty is you are hanging your towel in one place and somebody is removing it. And you are worried about it. There are greater difficulties which people are waiting or facing outside. So we have to realize this point. You see how the whole world is suffering because this is actually poison. We have to be thoroughly convinced of this point. This Vishaya, enjoying the senses, is poison. Initially, it is very sweet. Anadi karma phale, and I have fallen into this ocean of poison. Padi bhavarna jale tari bare na dekhi upay. And I find no solution. Why do I find no solution? I am getting repeatedly cheated. Who is cheating me? Gyan karma thag doi, more pratariya loi. What is thug? Thug means cheater or robber. He cheats you, takes away all your money. So thus Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling, when I try to come out of this ocean, this quagmire, I find two robbers. And they behave like gentlemen, but ultimately they cheat me. Gyan karma thag dui. So there are two highway robbers, Prabhupada translates. Gyan and karma. And more pratadiya loi. They torture me like anything, they cheat me. And avashesha fele sindhu jale. And after cheating me, they throw me into this ocean of this material existence. So in this way, this is cheating. What is cheating? They will appear, robbers will appear to be very gentlemen. And then they will kidnap us and cheat us, take all our money. And they will kill us, throw in the ocean. So similarly, these so-called material duties which we have, which are enjoined in the Shastras also, this is a very big cheating actually. That is why Narad Muni became very disappointed with Ved Vyas, that this is all cheating, whatever duties we are doing here. So thus Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had very nice conversation with the Tattvavadi Acharya. So he told, please tell me what is sadhya and sadhan. I do not know what is this. What is the ultimate aim of life and how to achieve it. So what did he reply? He told, being situated in Varnashram Dharma and offering the results of one's activities to Krishna, this is the sadhana. This is the process of making one's life perfect. And what is perfection of life? Going to Vaikuntha. Achieving 5 kinds of liberation. This is perfection of life. So this appears to make sense. Philosophy is very real. It is a fact. Lord Krishna lives in Vaikuntha Loka and 5 kinds of liberation are given to the living entities who go there. Sarupya, Sarshti, Samipya, Salokya. The living entities get the same form as Krishna, opulence as Krishna, beauty as Krishna. They live on the same place. These are various, or they can merge into body of Krishna also if they want. These are 5 kinds of liberation. So attaining these 5 kinds of liberation is the aim of life. And how to attain that? Offer the results of Varnashram Dharma to Krishna. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, oh, this is not right. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he quoted this very nice verse from Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Tavat karmani kurvita na nirvidyeta yavata. Tavat karmani kurveta, it means karmani kurveta, these so-called duties, material duties, following good activities, following punya, avoiding bad, sinful activities, should be done only up to a certain point. This is the beginning. In Karma Kanda portion, there are, Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj explains 2 kinds of activities. Which are the 2 kinds? Punya and Pap, pious and impious. Bad activities in the Karma Kand, they bring us material miseries. And good activities, they bring us material happiness. But both these activities, among these activities, definitely punya is better. Doing so-called good is better than doing so-called bad thing. Punya is better than pious activity is better than impious activities. However, the pious activities also have to be followed only up to a certain point. That is not the end of life. It is told in Bhagavatam. Till what point? Na nirvidyeta yavata mat katha shravanadau va shraddha yavan na jayate. Mat katha shravanadau. As long as one is not satiated by the fruitive activity and he is not awakened, his taste for devotional service by Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho, one has to act according to the regulative principles of Vedic injunctions. Mat katha shravanadau va shraddha yavan na jayate. Unless one has taste for mat katha shraddha, taste for hearing Krishna katha, for Shravanam Kirtanam, chanting and hearing, one does not have strong faith in this process. One does not have taste in this process. Till that point, it has to be followed. But taste has to be developed. And the same thing is confirmed here by Lord Narsingh-dev. He is telling, Hitva hinvan karma. You give up the activities. These so-called duties have to be given up. And then one takes to, but does it make sense? Because he was speaking right. You follow your duties and offer the results to Krishna. That is what we as devotees think. Yes, let me follow my duties very nicely. And Krishna has also told in Bhagavad Gita. What he has told? Yatha pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam swakarmana tam abhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. Person will attain siddhi. Siddhi means perfection by swakarmana tam abhyarcha, doing one's own duties very nicely and worshipping the Supreme Lord. So this was told by Dr. Patel to Prabhupada. So Prabhupada told, no, this is beginning. And Lord Krishna himself tells, yes, this is the beginning. You are doing your own duty very nicely and offering the results to Krishna. Prabhupada explains very nicely. In the Vedas, there are 3 kandas or divisions: Karma Kanda, Gyan Kanda and Upasana Kanda. The Karma Kanda portion stresses the execution of fruitive activities, although ultimately it is advised that one abandon both Karma Kanda and Gyan Kanda, speculative knowledge, and accept only Upasana Kanda or Bhakti Kanda. One cannot attain love of Godhead by executing Karma Kanda or Gyan Kanda, but by dedicating one's karma or fruitive activities to the Supreme Lord. What will happen? But by dedicating one's activities for, but by dedicating one's karma or fruitive activities to the Supreme Lord, what will happen? Yes? It is told, one may be relieved from the polluted mind. This is the result which can be attained. One may be relieved from polluted mind. And becoming free from mental pollution helps elevate one to the spiritual platform. It will help one to elevate to spiritual. Even you are offering the results to Krishna of the duties of Varnashram Dharma, you will be able to maximum Cleanse your mind of pollution. That is why it is told in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam also same thing. So same instructions are corroborated. In 12th chapter, what is the topmost instruction given to Arjuna? This is the perfection of life. Mai eva mana adhasva, mai buddhim niveshaya. Complete absorption in the thoughts of Krishna day and night. Ata nivashyashishi mam eva ata urdvam na sanshaya. In this way you will live in me always. You will live in spiritual world. If your mind and intelligence is absorbed in me. Atha chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mai sthiram abhyasa yogena tato. If you cannot do this, then what we are supposed to do? Abhyasa yogena tato. You practice bhakti yoga. What will happen by practicing this bhakti yoga, Shravanam Kirtanam? Mam ichhaptum dhananjaya. By following the regulative principles of devotional service, pure devotional service, you will develop strong desire to attain me. And when strong desire is awakened, I want to become Krishna conscious, then we'll become Krishna conscious. We'll be able to follow this. Man mana bhav mad bhakto will be possible. Mai eva mana adhatsva. But if you cannot follow even that, then what we are supposed to follow? अथ एतत् अपि अशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद योगम. आपसे ये भी नहीं हो रहा, you cannot follow even this, then what you are supposed to do? Mat karma paramo bhava. Then you engage in my service. If you cannot engage in my service also, so topmost is complete absorption in Krishna. After that, rules, no. After that, rules and regulations of devotional service, regulative principles. That also you cannot do. Engage in service of Krishna. That is why we tell somebody is not understanding philosophy, cannot take to this process, engage them in the service of Krishna somehow. If you cannot engage also in service of Krishna, then sarva karma phala tyaga tyaga shantir anantaram. You give up the results of your activities. And then your mind will be free from pollution. One may be relieved from the polluted mind by dedicating one's karma or fruitive activities, and becoming free from mental pollution helps elevate one to the spiritual platform. However, giving up of the results of karma is very much important. Then, however, one needs the association of a pure devotee, for only by a pure devotee's association can one become a pure devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. When one comes to the stage of pure devotional service, the process of Shravanam Kirtanam is very essential. So what is the stage of pure devotional service? When a person desires nothing but the satisfaction of Krishna. On this platform, engagement in Shravanam Kirtanam is very essential. Otherwise, a person will fall down, will not be able to stay. That is why Prabhupada told, unless you engage in Shravanam Kirtanam, you cannot stick to this deity worship. It will become Galagraha. It will become noose in the neck, a burden. One will not be able to engage in Krishna service. So if you want to stay on the platform of pure devotional service, Prabhupada is writing, Shravanam Kirtanam is very essential. By executing the 9 items of devotional service beginning with Shravanam Kirtanam, one is completely purified. Anya abhilashita shunyam gyan karmadya navritam. Only then one is able to execute Krishna's orders in the Bhagavad Gita. Which orders? Final order. What is that? Man mana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Sarv dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. This needs complete purification of mind. Otherwise, a person cannot do this thing. So thus Chaitanya Mahaprabhu convinced him that all the scriptures, they give this conclusion. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoted Bhagavatam, Mahaprabhu quoted Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is telling, finally, Sarv dharman, he told definitely, Swakarmana tam abhyarchya. But this is confidential instruction. In your own duties, you remain engaged, offer the results to Krishna. But then, most confidential instruction, what Krishna told, it is Sarv dharman parityajya. Give up all the duties. You have no duty, no business here. Give up everything here. And simply engage in my service. Man mana bhav mad bhakto. Engage in devotional service, bhakti. And always think of me, man mana. Madhyaji, just worship me, offer respects to me. We need not do anything else in life. But this conviction is not easy. We think there are many responsibilities, other things that we are supposed to do. Then of course one needs purification. One engages in responsibilities and offers the results to Krishna. But ultimately, we should be clear, pure devotee means one understands I've got nothing to do in this material world, I have no connection. All these things are illusory. So thus Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, there is contamination in your sampradaya of this karma and gyan kand. This is considered poison. Keval Vishera Bhanda. And this contamination is there in your sampradaya. There is karma contamination, fruitive activity. How? Because you are engaged in varnashram dharma, you are not giving up karma kanda. But the bhakti yoga begins with sarva dharman parityajya, giving up varnashram dharma. So that is why only one who is taken birth in a Brahmin family can become Brahmin, can take sannyas. Others cannot take. It is not possible. In some sampradayas, they are sticking to varnashrama dharma still. So because you are sticking to varnashrama dharma, you are not giving a varnashrama dharma. There is, although you are offering the results to Krishna, but still there is contamination. You are not giving up your varnashrama dharma. One should be willing to give up. That is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna gave up all the considerations. So much so that not only he was expected to practice detachment or separation from the family members, he was told to kill his dearmost family member, Bhishma, his grandfather, who brought him up. How can one kill one father or grandfather? But Arjuna was given this instruction. So thus, this is written throughout the Vedas, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he corrected them. But in your sampradaya, there is contamination of this karma kanda. You are not giving up your varnashrama dharma. For Krishna's service, one should be willing to give up everything. And then there is jnana contamination also. What is jnana contamination? Because you want liberation. So devotees consider liberation also hellish. If it is not for the service of Krishna, devotees have no problem with liberation, provided it is in the service, it is helpful in serving Krishna. Otherwise, what is the use of that liberation which takes me away from Krishna? So that is why he told going back to Godhead is the ultimate aim of life. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told no. Varnashrama dharma for Krishna is not the sadhana as per the scriptures, as per what I have understood in the scriptures. And going back to Godhead is not the ultimate aim of life. The sadhana, best sadhana is 9 kinds of devotional service, beginning with Shravanam Kirtanam. And what is the ultimate aim of life? Prema Pumartho Mahan. Beyond liberation, getting love of God. Whether a person lives here in this material world or he goes to spiritual world. Getting love of God is the topmost aim of life. So thus this unique thing, this is called pure devotional service. Otherwise also they follow devotional service, but there is ultimately jnana contamination. I want liberation. I want freedom from material miseries. And it is not easy. That is why it is told, Anukulyena Krishnanushilanam Bhaktir Uttama. What is Uttam Bhakti? Pure devotional service. Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. So you should be very careful, and it is not easy. We also get cheated by these tendencies in the form of Jnana and Karma. We also are sticking to our duties. It is not easy. We may become devotees also. We may still remain attached to our families. But we should understand this attachment should be given up. We may live with the families. There is no problem. But as it is told in Krishna book, in Bhagavatam, everywhere, just like Lord Krishna was living, he was behaving as if he was very much attached to his wives. But he was not at all attached. He is completely independent. He is Swarat. So one should live wherever we are living as if we are very much attached, but in the heart we should be completely. Lord Krishna's behavior was very nice, like an obliging relative, but inside his heart he was completely detached. So this detachment is very much important. And this is a very unique thing which we will find nowhere. As sometimes when we are still, we have been doing so many sinful activities. So these sinful actions don't help us to get faith in the instructions of the scriptures. And we doubt sometimes, we get confused. What is the right philosophy? Am I following the right thing? So wherever we go, we can try, but we will never find a person who is explaining this philosophy, the topmost instruction of Bhagavad Gita. Sarv dharman parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Raja. Even devotional service, even if they are explaining, chant and hear the names of Krishna, so that you remain a good person in this material world. This is the understanding. Why do you need to chant Krishna's name? You can hear various Bhagavad speakers. They will tell, if you chant Krishna's name, then you will be behaving nicely in this material world. No. Chanting Krishna's name is not for behaving nicely. Devotee can behave in the most unnice manner, abominable manner also if required in the service of Krishna. Brahman is supposed to be non-violent, but Lord Hanuman did unlimited violence. Yes. So Brahmana is not supposed to follow this path of violence. But here we see devotee, unlimited violence he is doing, which is not good. Such bloodshed, killing, smashing people. But now in the service of Krishna, devotee can do so-called bad activities also. Brahmana only good, non-violence, forgiveness, peacefulness, but no. So thus this philosophy will not find anywhere that one should live 24 hours only for engagement in the service of Krishna. That is why sometimes people are not able to understand. They criticize. So people may criticize that we are telling people to practice detachment and give up everything, but that is fact. But although, yes, it may not be possible for general masses, so thus it is told, you live wherever you are, at least begin with this process. Start offering the results to Krishna. That is very important. But ultimately one needs to understand, Sara Dharman Parityajya. One should be thoroughly convinced. Karma Hinvan, here the instruction given is, you give up everything. One should be thoroughly convinced. Krishna karma kaile, sarva karma krit hoy, Krishna bhakti kaile. If I simply worship Krishna, I chant and hear his name, hear his katha, and spread this knowledge to others, then everything, all my duties in life are done. Nobody is suffering if I take to this process. Neither I am suffering nor anybody who is so-called dependent on me. This strong faith, conviction is required. So if this conviction, this faith is there, then we may live in family life. We can live with the demons, as Prahlāda Mahārāja is telling. We need not even be with the devotees. But Prahlāda Mahārāja was ordered to live with the demons. But if a person is in this consciousness, then he will remain unaffected. Always chant and hear the names of Krishna and remain completely surrendered soul to Krishna. So this is called giving up of karma contamination. We should not desire any kind of material enjoyment by engaging in service of Krishna, that materially I'll be comfortable. No. And second thing is jnana contamination. I want liberation. Have a peaceful life. We find a peaceful life where there is a big center, where there is a big temple. Sometimes people tell, Are aap kahan chalega? We call, Prabhu, I shifted closer to temple. Why you left Mumbai? No, Prabhu, very bad city. So yes, that is also good in one sense. But we have to understand that this is also jnana contamination. You want liberation, peaceful life. I want to shift to Vaikuntha, where there is happiness all around. By this, we will not be able to experience Krishna even though we are living in Vaikuntha. We might be living in temple, but there will be anxiety of this material world. So thus, in order to experience the presence of Krishna, one needs to engage in intense devotional service without any desire for liberation. I do not want any so-called peacefulness or liberation from material problems. Rather, if I want to feel the presence of Krishna, I have to take more and more problems for the sake of spreading Krishna consciousness. Thus, what is actually our Sampradaya of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what instruction Prabhupada has given us? So Prabhupada explains this very, very nicely here. So Prabhupada explains, so many times, because even though heart is full of this contamination and we take initiation with such a desire, but Prabhupada is giving the right understanding. What is actually initiation? Initiation also we take with this maybe jnana kanda contamination. That, okay, I have taken, now I'll be liberated. This desire of liberation is there. But Prabhupada is writing here, initiation is formality. First of all, you have to decide whether you will abide by the rules and regulations and become Krishna conscious. That is your consideration. You have to decide for yourself whether you are going to take this Krishna consciousness seriously. That is your decision. Initiation is a formality. If you are serious, that is real initiation. If you have understood this Krishna philosophy and if you have decided So two conditions Prabhupada mentions. What is real initiation? This is formality. If you are not serious about Krishna consciousness, then formality is not going to help. If one is not serious about studying, then going to school will be, person will remain dumb even after finishing an entire year or entire coursework. If there is no desire to become serious in studies. Similarly, if you are not serious to follow Krishna consciousness, one may take initiation. That is why it's told in Updeshamrita that among anybody who takes initiation, he should be offered physical respects. But among all such devotees, many devotees who have taken initiation, you'll find some devotees who are very seriously engaged in following the rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness. Association of such devotees is sought in spiritual life, not any devotee who is initiated. But among the initiated who are following the rules and regulations very seriously. So what is the serious following of Krishna consciousness, which is real initiation, Prabhupada tells? Prabhupada sums up in 2 points. Which are the 2 points? Prabhupada tells, if you have decided that you will take Krishna consciousness seriously, first of all, you have to follow the rules and regulations very seriously. That is one condition of initiation. And second, and preach the philosophy to others. That is your initiation. So Prabhupada tells, if you have decided that you will take Krishna consciousness seriously and preach the philosophy to others, that is your initiation. My touch is simply a formality. It is your determination that is initiation. So thus this point is very important. Katha, hearing the katha for ourselves. So 2-3 very important points are mentioned here. First, yes, we are all, once we get attached to the movement, we all contribute to the movement. But sometimes we become satisfied that I am contributing half of my salary to Krishna. It is very nice. I am advancing. That is not sufficient. Thus, Prabhupada clearly writes in the purport in Bhagavad Gita, ABCD book itself, that apart from contributing majority of one's income to Krishna, one should arrange for preaching this cult of Krishna consciousness. One must arrange. This is very important. That is called actual kirtan. Shravanam kirtanam does not just mean chanting and hearing of the holy names. But Prabhupada tells, for millions of years you are hearing, but you don't understand why, because you do not repeat, you don't preach to others. So unless we preach, that is why in the first canto of Bhagavatam, in the first chapter itself, it is written that hearing and explaining is more important than reading. Realization happens by hearing and explaining. So in order to, and you also would have realized, when you hear and explain, you realize, you get awakened to new platform of knowledge. So thus one should not be simply satisfied. Of course, some devotees don't even do that. So they should come to that level. They are contributing at least majority of their income to Krishna, become free from at least this karma kanda, tendency to enjoy. It is actually vishaya, poison, and especially against the instructions. Our heart will burn like anything. So please offer majority of your income to Krishna. And then we should not be satisfied by this only. We should preach, we should spread. When we repeat this knowledge, explain to others, then we actually realize. And Prabhupada is telling that is real initiation. So if we actually want to get initiated, we should be determined to take to all the rules and regulations very strictly. And then Prabhupada tells, and preach the philosophy to others. That is your initiation. So thus Prabhupada tells, association of pure devotees is necessary. And what is association? Association means this thing, initiation, taking shelter, keeping in constant touch with the spiritual master. And what is the instruction? What is Srila Prabhupada expecting? Initiation is the beginning of spiritual life. From the very beginning, follow it seriously and preach to others. So this preaching is very important. It is told throughout the places, throughout the ages. From Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, the same principle is being explained. You can remain wherever you are, but surrender completely. Practice detachment. And then preach this knowledge to others. So if we do not preach, we will remain stagnant on the same platform. If we remain in a comfortable place, we remain on the same platform. So this is a very big contamination which is there in the devotees. They want to settle in a peaceful job, in a peaceful place. Prabhupada tells, no, don't settle for something peaceful. Earn as much money as possible and give it to Krishna. Take hardship. Taking pain is very much important. This principle we should absorb very nicely. Without taking pain, no gain. This principle is there. Taking pain is very, very important. Only by intense devotional service one feels the presence of Krishna. So when we feel that I am not getting taste in devotional service, we should ask, what have I sacrificed for Krishna? Have I taken pains for Krishna? If the answer is no, then there will not be any spiritual pleasure for us. We have to take pains for Krishna. So only by intense devotional service, then there is no need to think, plan anything else. Wherever we are, we will be in spiritual bliss always. And if pain is not there, even though we can be a temple devotee full time in the temple, sometimes Maya is very strong, then there also we will be disturbed. If I have joined with a, that is why the devotees who want to remain very comfortable, we recommend ourselves, please do not join temple. You will not be able to fit nicely. If you have joined temple, retired from your material activities, so people think outside I have to work so much, listen to boss and they frustrate me like anything and travel and do all this thing. Temple is peaceful. You do this thing very nicely. If for this reason you are joining temple, please do not do it. You should retire because you want to work even harder for Krishna. If not as hard, even harder. Prabhupada. Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami retired, went to Vrindavan for tremendous hard work. They did not go to Vrindavan for a comfortable life. They went because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered. Sanatan Goswami cried like anything. He was in Jagannath Puri with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But then he was ordered to go to Vrindavan. So he went to Vrindavan. Nityanand Prabhu, he wanted to also to stay with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was ordered to go to Bengal. He went to Bengal. So thus, one should be very much cautious, very much aware of this fact that one needs to take pain. If we want a comfortable life, it is contamination, jnana and karma contamination. And these contaminations will not help us advance. So one should be Shravanam Kirtanam first of all. This is very important. So offering the results of activity, very good, we should do it. But then Shravanam Kirtanam continuously, 24 hours as much as possible, keep on hearing, discussing, keep on chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or keep on hearing the instructions, reading the instructions, contemplating upon the instructions throughout the day. By this, we'll be able to Aveshyamam, remain completely absorbed always in the form of the Lord. And then we'll be able to implement these instructions, final instructions of Krishna, Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto. And this is when we chant Shravanam Kirtanam, when we hear and chant, listen and preach, then this is the topmost instruction as explained by Lord Narsingh Dev to Prahlāda Mahārāja. So we'll finish here. Any questions? Yeah. Yeah. Offering the results of? Yeah. Yeah. As? Yes. Yes. Because surrenderance is negation. So question is, we are telling that surrendering is the ultimate thing as it is mentioned here. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he rejected when Ramananda Rai proposed this surrenderance. So yes, that is why two instructions are there. Along with Saradharman Paritejya, there is instruction of Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto. So that is why Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho. After surrendering, surrender means give up. It is negation of material duties. And then what we are supposed to do? That is positive Shravanam Kirtanam. Yes. Taste for. Yes. 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 Hmm. 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 Okay. So good questions. The question is, it is told here, unless one develops taste in chanting and hearing of the holy names of Krishna, till that time one is supposed to continue with one's duties. But taste may take a very long time. So till then, should I wait? So that is why Prabhupada writes very nicely in the explanation of Narad Muni's verse, Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer bhajan na pakvat pate tato yadi. So yes, usually a person should develop taste. Now taste has got no limit. Taste just keeps on increasing. But unless we have got little taste in devotional service, one cannot actually develop nishtha or firm faith in Krishna. And one may join out of sentimentalism. We may not have very high taste, but some taste is required. And unless we experience that, our faith will not be fixed. So, actually, that is a right platform to join. One should be thoroughly convinced about Krishna consciousness before joining. So, that is what we preach also. You become thoroughly convinced and follow nicely, some taste will come. But suppose one is not on that platform, taste is not there, so thorough conviction also will not be there. Out of sentimentalism, somebody may join. Prabhupada writes exact word, sentimentalism. So if out of sentimentalism somebody is joining, then bhajan na pakvo atpate tado yadi, he is not a strong devotee, not fixed up, he may fall down. But then Narad Muni tells, where is the loss? Yatra kvava bhadram abhudamushyakim. What is the loss even if a person falls down? Because again, a person's life will start from the same point spiritually, and materially he will enjoy life of extreme comfort on the heavenly planets. So whatever sacrifice he has done, many times more than that, he will enjoy material life also. And then birth also will be there in very good family. So neither materially nor and spiritually it is safe, your account, whatever you progress you have made. And materially also there will be your nice comforts in his life. So where is the loss? And if a person has not taken to Krishna consciousness and he has done his duties very nicely, so it is told, Ko arth apto bhajatam. So what is the gain? Every moment here doing material duties, there is a severe loss of our time. Because all these duties are meant to take us to Krishna consciousness. So out of sentiment also person is joining, there is no harm. But ideal is you follow nicely so that you develop taste and then you develop firm conviction. Yes. Yes. So that is what we discussed. Not give up means there is a chance of fall down, but then never mind, you take it up somehow. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Occupational duties as mentioned in the Varnashram Dharma. Exactly. Now also people are engaged in their occupational duties. This is not Varnashram Dharma. Occupational duties as mentioned in the Vedas. That is called Varnashram Dharma. Now there is no Varna, no ashrama, just duty. Some duty. Yeah. Yeah. Which are two things? One is working for Krishna and offering the results of Varnashram Dharma to Krishna. Okay. So the question is uh, engaging in service of Krishna, working for Krishna, and offering the results of Varnashrama Dharma to Krishna, is there is some difference? So yes, there is difference. Working for Krishna means one is engaged in the service of Krishna as Krishna orders or as Krishna or spiritual master tells. That is called very advanced working for Krishna. If that working you cannot do, then engage in some kind of working for Krishna. In that, complete surrender is not there, but some kind of work I will do for Krishna. But that also I cannot do. I cannot do any work for Krishna. So, as people tell, I'm very busy in my duties in Varnashrama. So, at least offer the results of your activities to Krishna. So in this way, there are three ways of working for Krishna. This is mentioned in the 11th chapter, last verse, 55th verse, I think. Yeah. Okay. So the question is, what is jnana contamination? Do devotees have desire to merge in Brahma effulgence? No. So a desire of any kind of liberation is jnana contamination. That I want to get liberated from the problems of this material world. For this, let me go to Vaikuntha. Huh? Ego will always be there. Here or in spiritual world, ego is reality. We are an individual person, part and parcel of Krishna. Now we are in false ego. In spiritual world we are in, or in spiritual platform we are on true ego. But what is the meaning of jnana contamination? Jnana contamination means desire to get liberated. This is called jnana contamination, any desire of liberation. So going back to Vaikuntha so that I can be free from material life is distress, I have to go away. This kind of tendency is called jnana contamination. When one is not at all bothered, I am not bothered with anything, going here and there, doing this thing, that thing. I simply want to engage in service of Krishna. That is pure devotional service. Yeah.
As you said, Bhakti Yoga starts with Sarva Dharman Parityaj.
Yes.
But how can we give up job business? Because in Grahastha Ashram, also we need to earn livelihood for family members.
So that is why, as long as one is in the concept, one is attached to family life, one is not expected to give up. But wherever you are situated, you offer the results of activities to Krishna. Then we will be able to understand one day that actually I have no family life. I'm not contributing to anybody. Nobody is dependent on me. It is all illusion. Prakriti, material nature is taking care of everyone. When this realization awakens by engaging the result of one's work in the service of Krishna, then one is able to come to this understanding, and then one can completely surrender and one can give up such relations for preaching Krishna consciousness. And again, surrender does not essentially mean giving up the relations. Surrender means exactly following the instructions of the spiritual master. One has to give up the tendency to enjoy. So if we are living in family life under the order of spiritual master may know if this person leaves family life, he may not be able to follow. So the spiritual master, although remaining as a brahmachari, sannyasi is always preferred, but not everyone can follow that life. So spiritual master can tell that you enter into this grahastha ashram, but there also in grahastha ashram we remain without any attachment, not with a tendency that I want to enjoy with my family members. I am here as servant of my family members so that they become devotees. So with this mood, if a person lives with detachment, then that situation is also of complete surrender. But one should follow completely instructions of spiritual master. This is a crux. That is called complete surrender. But please don't worry about it. This is little higher understanding that I can give up all the activities. Till then, wherever we are, we remain situated and engage in Shravanam Kirtanam, engage in hearing and chanting about Krishna and offer the results of one's activities to Krishna.
Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that anyone who comes to me does not come back again in this material world.
Yes.
But as we are part and parcel of Krishna and were with him, how did we end up here?
So Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, one who comes to me does not come back. So there are two understandings. Krishna is telling one who comes back to me. So Prabhupada gives example that a child may touch fire, but once he gets burnt, he does not touch again. So thus, now we have tasted the material world. Now if we go back to Krishna, we will not return. And another understanding is, there is a general statement. Somebody is foolish, he may again commit the mistake. So one can again come down. But when it is told here, one does not come down, it is the meaning Prabhupada explains is, one is not forced to come here. Otherwise, Brahma Bhuvana Lokan Punar Avartino, wherever you go in this material world, after death, wherever you might be situated in Brahma Loka, but one has to always come back in this material world. He cannot be liberated at all. But once a person goes to spiritual planet, he does not come to this come back again to this material body. This is the meaning of the statement. He will not be forced to come.
You mentioned that people visit demigods and because so many people are going because they feel some reciprocity.
Yes, yes.
Otherwise, why they go?
Yeah.
But we also see that there are many false so-called gods are also there, false created gods are also there, and many people they visit.
Yeah.
Not even lakhs of people they visit.
Hmm.
So they are also getting reciprocation. Otherwise, how they visit?
Yeah. So the question is that demigods, it is understood that people approach and their desires are fulfilled. But we see that people are approaching other people also who are false gods, or they are not demigods, they are created. They are claiming to be incarnation. So why people are going there? They also feel some reciprocation. So yes, they also feel some reciprocation over there, but that might be hallucination. And Krishna tells, I create that hallucination. So what is that verse? As per the inclination of the people, I create the strong faith in them. So some people, they worship the human beings, those who are rajasic, and those who are sattvic, they only can worship the demigods. And the tamasic people will worship ghosts and evil spirits. So thus Krishna creates all these different faiths in people as per their desire. So no faith, no desire comes automatically. Even wants to get cheated, Krishna will inspire. You want to worship ghost, your faith will become very strong in the ghost. Ghost will take care of me. Yes, ghost will definitely reciprocate. So, and otherwise, what to speak of visiting these people? There is placebo effect, as people have analyzed. What is placebo? Medicine is given, sugar pill is given in the name of medicine, and people think, oh, I have become very fit. I have become very healthy by doing this thing. So it is their faith only which is creating all these things. But demigods can create out of their faith. But when you approach such people, it is placebo effect. Placebo means you assume that I am receiving help. And then you get the help and your faith becomes very strong over there in such people.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, you said we should not aspire for a peaceful life.
And one more addition to it. Usually, as it is told here, as somebody asked Prabhupada, so they are up a sampradaya. They think Gaur Nitaya Radha Krishna. So they don't know Gaur Nitaya Krishna Balram. So he was preaching Gaur is Krishna and Nitaya is Radha Rani. So in this way they worship Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, their name, Gaur Nitaya. And they are also getting result. So Prabhupada tells, yes, because somehow they are chanting Gaur Nitaya, the name is there, so they are getting result. But because they are not following the proper sampradaya, they will not continue for a long time. But the name of Gaur Nitaya is there. In a similar fashion, Prabhupada tells about great political leader. So he chanted the name of Ram, even though it tells, I don't believe in Ram. But he chanted the name of Ram. And by this, he became very powerful. His ideology might be right or wrong, but by chanting, he was doing Ramdhun always. So he became very, very powerful leader. So thus, because all these people, they associate themselves with the name, or they tell their followers to chant the names. Their name will be associated with Ram, name will be associated with Krishna, and they'll be also doing bhajans. So it is offensive chanting which is bringing the result. They are telling, this statue of the person is bringing result. So it is, in one case, if they are not doing this thing, it is placebo effect. Or usually all the so-called made gods, they also tell you worship Krishna and I am only that Krishna. You chant the names of Ram, but anyway, because the name of Lord is coming on their tongue, they are getting the result. And they are thinking that this so-called avatar is giving the result. So in this way, they get material benefits by worshipping made-up gods. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, you said we should not aspire for a peaceful life and work hard for Krishna. If we are earning money, earn lots of money and give it to Krishna, you said we should do Shravanam Kirtan. How can we do both if we are working
Okay.
hard?
So the question is, if we are working hard, then where is the time to Shravanam Kirtanam? So we should work hard so that we get time for Shravanam Kirtanam. Yes, so the question is, I am working very hard and offering the money to Krishna. Now, if we do hard work, where is time for Shravanam Kirtanam? So that is what, yes, work hard means 8 hours only. In 8 hours, and actually, what is Shravanam Kirtanam? That is tremendous hard work. That is what I told. Real Shravanam Kirtanam is preaching. Yes, you can sit and enjoy very nicely. When you have to preach, lot of hard work you have to do. You will see one person is not becoming devotee by, by preaching. So lot of Prabhupada tells you have to shed gallons of blood. Means you have to spend lot of time to make a person devotee. Lot of effort is required. Lot of work you have to do on your own self. So this is real Shravanam Kirtanam, preaching work. So lot of hard work. You have to work very, very hard. Get up early in the morning, 3 o'clock, finish your sadhana. Then you'll be having good consciousness. Then work 8 hours in the office. And then you come back again, take evening class. So this is a lot of hard work. So in this way, we have to do hard work. But as far as earning money is required, that duty should be limited to 8 hours. That is what in ashram also some devotees service is fundraising only, because we need funds to sustain the temple. They don't leave their sadhana and go out. Morning and evening they will do sadhana. Daytime, yes, you go outside. So hard work will be there, because in preaching we have to work hard.
Some people say Krishna said everything happens for good. Is that true, Prabhu?
So some people tell everything happens for good. So you ask for yourself then. Whatever is happening in the world, is it good? So the question is, the followers of Madhvacharya, do they accept this conversation? So I do not know. I have not come across them. But definitely this is the way they follow the philosophy. They follow this Varnashram Dharma and offer the results to Krishna. They stick to it. Purposefully, yes. Acharyas, they are in love of God. All the Acharyas, even Prophet Muhammad, Jesus Christ, everyone. But they preach pious activities. They told about love of God, but exactly how to develop, the details were not given. So thus they came to gradually elevate the people. So Acharyas are situated on platform of love of God. Lord Buddha himself is Lord, but preach atheism, common sense religion, non-violence. At least start with this. So they did not reveal. Yes. Our conviction is, if I serve Krishna, everything is done. This will make my life perfect. So the question is, if I want to join movement, when should I join? What should be conviction? This is the conviction. My life is simply meant to serve Krishna and nothing else. So if we are willing to serve Krishna, work very hard for Krishna, then we should join.
Prabhu, if Madhvas they get liberated, but they are contaminated by this jnana and karma, so they will reach Vaikuntha.
Yes, they will go to Vaikuntha.
But then also they are contaminated.
Not contaminated in that sense. They go to Vaikuntha, but that is not pure devotional service which can take us to Golok Vrindavan. Or
Top level,
it's not top level. Yes.
as per standard of Guru.
Yes. Yes.
Difference between Golok and Vaikuntha.
Difference between Golok and Vaikuntha. In Golok Vrindavan, Lord Krishna lives personally. In Vaikuntha, his other expansions in the form of Lord Narayan, 400 forms, they are worshipped. And in Vaikuntha, you can enjoy Lord Krishna's service in the mood of neutrality, mellow of neutrality, Shantaras, or Dasiras, in the mood of servitorship. But higher mellows of friendship, paternal love, and conjugal love, they are available only in Golok Vrindavan, Krishna's planet. So we'll finish here. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की, श्री दीपावली महोत्सव की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.